I'm Abby Johnson with WebPro News, and we're still at Blogworld, and joining me right now is Mike Shinoda of Lincoln Park. First of all, you said in the keynote this morning that you were a little scared whenever you realized you were invited here. You were afraid the bloggers might attack you because the music industry isn't exactly tech-friendly.
I was joking about the fact that, being kind of a representative of the music industry, this is not anything internet related is not exactly what the music industry is known for a specific aptitude in. It's like the music industry tends to be playing catch up on a lot of these things, and obviously we don't feel that we belong to that category. And I do truly believe that there are a lot of folks at the labels now that really do get it, and they're really great. But it is, it's a large corporation. You're dealing with some bureaucracy, and I hope that in the future, in any case, if you're an artist trying to get something out there, that you're working with people that really get it and can get it out there right.
Very good. Well, you do blog. Talk a little bit about that, when you started blogging and how you keep your blog kind of separate. You use your art on your blog, but separate from the band.
I'll be really honest about it. I didn't get started very early, because when I first started seeing blogs that I would read or thinking about what I might post, there's a lot of noise out there when it comes to blogs. There's a lot of people posting, my dog did this. It's almost like an extended version of a tweet, which is like the opposite of what you want in your life. You don't want to sit there and read a whole 2 pages of somebody BSing about their whatever boring thing was going on. And I didn't want to be that guy that's just out there, talking about my own stuff because I feel some sense of self-importance and the fact that, people are going to read it because they think I'm so awesome and interesting. So I'm not. And if I'm going to do a blog, I'm going to do it. The only reason I would want to do it is because I actually have some stuff up there that I think means something, or there's a reason for it to be there. And what started making sense to me is when I started having enough thoughts and enough specifically art-related stuff going on that didn't really fit with Lincoln Park. That's when I knew it might be time to start it. What you'll find on my blog is I actually have a background in illustration and art. I've been doing a lot of gallery exhibitions, and so generally with my blog you'll get information about that. Obviously images from all my shows. I've got one coming up in January, and we're going to be doing a big push with that one. So you'll be finding a lot more of that stuff on the blog. But often you find stuff like, it's not always just about that. Like, there's stuff I find that that kind of is funny to me. It's interesting to me. I think people that come to the blog, and now that there's a little bit of a community there, I think people, I kind of know what they want and what I like and what they like, and we can put this stuff up there that might be interesting to them.
Even though you don't say, hey, this is the worst day of my life, do you find your blog as sort of a release for you away from the band?
It's just nice to be able to say things that put things up there and say things and put up links that I know are just coming from me. Like, sometimes it's hard to be able to, like in our band, I try to be very careful about not speaking for everybody when I know it's not an opinion that everybody agrees with. But when it's on my site, my blog is, they don't have to stand behind that at all. So I can say things there I wouldn't say on LincolnPark.com. You go to MikeShinoda.com, and I have free reign to say whatever I feel is appropriate.
Okay. Just a little quick note on talking about building the Lincoln Park brand. You said that honesty is kind of the best policy in building a brand.
It's honesty in many ways, but specifically what I was talking about today. It's kind of artistic honesty and intention when it comes to where you're coming from with the thing you're offering people. A really specific example that you'll hear with artists many times is they make a song and they go, "This is going to sell." Wrong. You're wrong. It's like, as soon as you've made a song that you listen to it and you think, I don't love this, but this is going to do well, chances are it's not. It doesn't feel honest enough that people are going to gravitate towards it in a large way. However, if you do something that's very honest, that like you make it and you go, I love that. I'm 100% honest that, or 100% positive that I'm not going to change anything about it. And these people have helped me out with it. I've heard their criticism. I agreed with some, I disagreed with some, and it made the thing better, and that's it. Now I'm ready to put that out there in the world, and I feel strongly that because I love it, other people will love it too. If that's the feeling, and you're not kidding yourself, and other people hear it and they feel that way too, then you're probably on the right track.
Very good. And lastly, would you just clear up the issue about the origin of Lincoln Park's name?
A lot of people think that the name comes from a park in their hometown. The only people who are right, if they think that, are people from Los Angeles, because that's where we're from. We're from LA, except for Chester, Chester's an important part in the story. He moved to LA from Arizona, and he used to kind of sleep in his car, live out of his car when we were first getting started together. And he'd drive by Lincoln Park in Santa Monica, which now actually has a different name. So it's no longer Lincoln Park. That's where we got the idea for the name. But people ask about the spelling. Did we just spell it that way because we thought it looked cool? Secondarily, yes, that wasn't the main reason. The main reason was that when we looked up the presidential spelling online, and keep in mind this is like 1998 or 1999, so the internet was not mainstream yet. The MP3 was not public yet. There was no Napster. The CD was reigning supreme, and people had just started using cell phones instead of pagers. And we looked at the internet and said, you know what? Let's look up LincolnPark.com. And the presidential spelling was taken. And we knew that we wanted to have OurName.com, that was important to us, that we had a hunch that the internet might be important in the future, this little thing out there. At that point, people didn't know, but we had an indication. A lot of people in business and a lot of people in music were saying, maybe. And we said, you know what, it's important to us that we have an easy-to-find home on the web, so we changed the spelling to LinkinPark.com because it was available, and it was easy to remember. And we told people that, we bought the domain, we told people that, and all of a sudden we were getting, traffic at our website, and we got to turn around to people and eventually the label and say, by the way, we've going this thing called a website, and we've got fans, on it that they use email only that contact us, and this is going to be a major part of how we interact with our fans. So is that cool with you?
Very cool story, Mike. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Abby Johnson at Blogworld, and you're watching WebPro News.